Jnanakosha Upanishads.
Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upavachramastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanan Brahmanaspadana Shrunvannoti Vittida Sadhanam. Om Purnamidam Purnamadah Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Amrita Nada Upanishad of Krishna Yajurveda Upanishads. Amrita Nada Upanishad is a branch of Krishna Yajurveda. Yoga exercises are described in detail in this Upanishad, which includes pranayama, meditation, dharana, logic, and withdrawal. The Upanishad also provides pronunciations of mantras, rules of meditation and exercises, divine nature of the Brahma, and the way to achieve salvation is discussed. Amritanada Yoga Meditation. Amritanada Upanishad mentions about 6 parts of the body, which things should be kept in mind while doing meditation. It is also discussed in 3 ways of pranayamas. In the first complementary situation, the air must be taken into the body via the nose. Then in second state of air should be stopped within the body, and in the third state, which is called Rachaka, the air is thrown out of the body via nose. This should be performed carefully. Regular practice of this asana brings perfection. Clean, airy space is considered essential to determine pranayama yoga. After selecting the place, sit in a Padmasana or Bhadrasana facing the north direction and chant Om. These mantras brings peace of mind with good flow of thoughts. It is possible to achieve good reward and advantages from yoga meditation by the realization of Amritanada Upanishad. In pranayama, with the help of right hand thumb, close the valve of the right nose and taken in the air from the left nose, and after that close the left nose also and hold the breath inside the body for few moments. After that remove the right thumb and throw out the air out of the nose and repeat the same with the left side. With continuous chant of Om, enlightenment can be found by this method with constant practice. Amritanada Pranayama. Amritanada Upanishad has expressed the benefits of pranayama. With the practice of this asana, purity of soul can be attained and ends confusion and helps in taking the right decision and gets the salvation from myths. Amritanada views. In this Upanishad have the opportunity to learn number of ideas. The Upanishad describes the glory of the scriptures. By reading scriptures, one gets the knowledge on the nature of Parabrahma. In this fragile moment, one can identify the reality of life by the knowledge derived. With the contemplation of Omkara, one can achieve happiness, peace and salvation. Consider Omkar as your chariot and Vishnuji as your charioteer, and get on it, and while praying Brahma and Shiva, one can experience the Brahmaloka. Amritanada importance. Invaluable knowledge can be attained from Amrita Nada Upanishad. While the 6 parts of meditation, divine worship is possible by removing the disorders of the mind. It tightens the senses and stabilizes the heart and brings coordination between the mind and soul. The opportunity to pause while holding and reasoning combined with attention helps gain knowledge. Om, may He protect us both together. May He nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute. Om, let there be peace in me. Let there be peace in my environment. Let there be peace in the forces that act on me. The wise, having studied the Shastras and reflected on them again and again, having come to know Brahman, should abandon them all like a firebrand. Having ascended the car of Om with Vishnu, the higher self as the charity, one wishing to go to the seat of Brahmaloka, intent on the worship of Rudra, should go in the chariot so long as he can go. Then abandoning the car, he reaches the place of the Lord of the car. Having given up Matra, Linga and Pada, he attains the subtle Pada, seat or word, without vowels or consonants by means of the letter M, without the swara. This is called pratyahara when one merely thinks of the five objects of sense, such as sound, as also the very unsteady mind as the reins of Atma. Pratyahara, dhyana, pranayama, dharana, taraka, and samadhi are said to be the 6 parts of yoga. Just as the impurities of mountain minerals are burnt by the blower, so the stains committed by the organs are burnt by checking prana. Through pranayama should be burnt the stains, through dharana the sins, through pratyahara the bad associations, and through dhyana the godless qualities. Having desired the sins, one should think of ruchira, the shining. Ruchira, expiration and inspiration, these 3 are pranayama of Rechaka, Puraka and Kumbhaka. Expiration, inspiration and cessation of breath. That is called one pranayama when one repeats with a prolonged or elongated breath 3 times the Gayatri with its Vyaharitas and Pranava, along with the Siras joining after it, raising up the Vayu from the Akasha and making the body void and emptying and uniting to the state of void is called Rechaka. That is called Puraka, inspiration, when one takes in Vayu as a man would take water into his mouth through the lotus stalk. That is called Kumbhaka, when there is no expiration or inspiration and the body is motionless, remaining still in one state. Then he sees forms like the blind, hears sounds like the deaf, and sees the body like wood. This is the characteristic of one that has attained much quiescence. That is called dharana, when the wise man regards the mind as sankalpa and merging sankalpa into Atman, contemplates upon his Atman. That is called taraka, when one makes inference which does not conflict with the Vedas. That is called samadhi, in which one, on attaining it, thinks all equal. Seating himself on the ground on a seat of kusha grass, which is pleasant and devoid of all evils, having protected himself mentally from all evil influences, uttering Ratha Mandala, assuming it either Padma, Swastika or Bhadra posture or any other which can be practiced easily, facing the north and closing the nostril with the thumb, one should inspire through the other nostril and retain breath inside and preserve the Agni. Then he should think of the sound Om alone. Om, the one letter, is Brahman. Om should not be breathed out. Through this divine mantra, Om, it should be done many times to rid himself of impurity. Then, as said before, the mantra knowing wise should regularly meditate, beginning with the navel upwards in the grass, the primary or gross and subtle states. The greatly wise should give up all sightseeing across, up or down, and should practice yoga always being motionless and without tremor. The union, as stated down, by remaining without tremor in the hollow stalk alone is dharana. The yoga with the ordained duration of 12 mantras is called dharana. That which never decays is akshara, om, which is without ghosha, consonant, vowels, palatals, gutturals, nasals, letter R and sibilants. Prana travels through that path through which this akshara, om, goes. Therefore, it should be practiced daily in order to pass along that course. It is through the opening or the whole of the heart, through the opening of Vayu, probably navel, through the opening of the head and through the opening of moksha. They call it bila, cave, sushira, hole, or mandala, wheel. Then about the obstacles of yoga, a yogin should always avoid fear, anger, laziness, too much sleep or waking, and too much food or fasting. If the above rule be well and strictly practiced, each day spiritual wisdom will arise of itself in 3 months without doubt. In 4 months he sees the devas, in 5 months he knows or becomes Brahma Nishita, and truly in 6 months he attains Kaivalya at will. There is no doubt. That which is of the earth is of 5 matras, takes 5 matras to pronounce. That which is of water is 4 matras, of Agni 3 matras, of Vayu 2, and of Akasha 1. But he should think of that which is with no matras. Having united Atman with Manas, one should contemplate upon Atman by means of Atman. Prana is 30 digits long. Such is the position of range of pranas. That is called prana, which is the seat of the external pranas. The breaths by day and night are numbered. Of the pranas, the first prana is pervading the heart, apana, the anus, samana, the navel, udana, the throat, and vayana, all parts of the body. Then come the colors of the 5 pranas in order. Prana is said to be of the color of a blood red gem, coral. Apana, which is in the middle, is of the color of Indragopa, an insect of white or red color. Samana is between the color of pure milk and crystal, or oily and shining. Between both prana and apana, udana is apandhara, pale white, and vayana resembles the color of arches or ray of light. That man is never reborn, wherever he may die, whose breath goes out of the head after piercing through this mandala of the pineal gland. That man is never reborn. Oh, may he protect us both together. May he nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute, or may we not hate any. Om, let there be peace in me. Let there be peace in my environment. Let there be peace in the forces that act on me. Here ends the Amrita Nada, Upanishad belonging to the Krishna Yajurveda.